A man without a burden is a man without strength. The ancients understood a truth that modern comfort tries to hide. Resistance is required for growth. Metal is tempered by fire. Trees grow deep roots in high wind. Muscles strengthen under load. The same law governs character. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Without something heavy to shoulder, something that costs effort, courage, and perseverance, we soften. We grow anxious at small inconveniences, irritable at minor delays, and fragile in the face of real adversity. The alternative is not to become harsh or joyless. The alternative is to choose your burdens, self-imposed challenges that forge capacity and purpose." Marcus Aurelius put it simply, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When you embrace weight, you don't become bitter, you become useful. You become a man whose presence calms chaos because you've trained under load. This video is a blueprint for that training, why hard things matter, and how to carry them in the physical, mental, and emotional domains without breaking. We'll begin with the philosophy, then turn it into a practical regimen you can start today. Philosophical exploration, hard things as the furnace of virtue. The Stoics did not glorify suffering for its own sake. They valued virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, and saw adversity as the furnace that tempers those virtues. You can't practice courage without fear. You can't practice temperance without the pull of appetite. You can't practice wisdom without confusion, or justice without the temptation to cut corners. Epictetus drew the line clearly. It is not events that disturb people. It is their judgments about them. We choose whether weight crushes us or strengthens us by the judgments we bring to it. Modern life removes many natural burdens: climate control, instant food, infinite entertainment. These conveniences are blessings, but they come with a hidden cost: atrophy. What nature used to demand of us, we must now demand of ourselves. Without intentional resistance, we drift into a painless life that still somehow hurts. Vague anxiety, aimlessness, low-grade resentment at responsibilities we never trained to carry. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality, warned Seneca. This is the paradox of comfort. The less we train under real load, the more our minds fabricate threats we can't handle. The antidote is voluntary weight, deliberate challenges that thicken the skin and quiet the noise. The warrior's mirror. Across the world and centuries, the warrior's path echoes this Stoic logic. Miyamoto Musashi wrote, "You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain," and, in his Dokudo, "Do nothing that is of no use." The warrior carries only what serves the mission. He discards vanity and excess. The overlap with Stoicism is striking. Detach from comfort, temperance. Meet difficulty head-on, courage. Align action with reality, wisdom. Serve beyond self, justice. Minor difference in emphasis. The Stoics articulate the inner laws. Musashi embodies adaptability, change stance, change weapon, keep moving up the mountain. Together, they offer a complete map, principles to orient you and practice to harden you, the weight that gives direction. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, Marcus wrote. Dancing is graceful avoidance. Wrestling is contact with resistance. When a man picks up real weight, responsibility for his body, his word, his work, his people, he gains direction. The weight tells him where to go, forward. It tells him how to behave, steady. It tells him what to avoid, what is of no use. The claim is bold but testable. Carry chosen burdens and your life gains strength and meaning. Refuse them and life stays light, but you do not. Practical application, training for a heavier life. Strength isn't built by accident. It's forged by stacking deliberate practices, physical, mental, and emotional, that gradually harden you against chaos while softening you toward responsibility. What follows are 9 training blocks. Think of them as bricks. You don't need to lay them all at once. Stack them steadily, adjust the load, and keep building. 1. Physical load. Become strong on purpose. The body is the mind's first battlefield. A weak body narrows the range of choices your mind can make. Strength training isn't vanity. It's evidence that effort changes reality. Practice the carry protocol. Pick up something heavy and awkward, a backpack of books, buckets of water, firewood, or even your child for a short distance. The object doesn't matter, the weight does. Walk with it, not hurriedly but with presence. Breathe steadily. Feel the burden, then set it down and pick it back up. Life works the same way. It puts weight on your shoulders again and again. Your job is to carry it without complaint. Progression. Each week, add time, add weight, or repeat once more. Keep track. Progress is proof. Stoic tie-in. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. 2. Strength and endurance base. Build the engine. Strength is the ability to apply force. Endurance is the ability to keep applying it. Together they form capacity, the raw material of resilience. Practice the minimalist program. Rotate between strength days, pushing, pulling, lifting, endurance days, steady walking, cycling, or swimming, and intensity days, short bursts of all-out effort. Keep the patterns simple. Do them with honesty and form. Progression. Add one rep, a few minutes, or one more round each week. Effort compounds like interest, quietly but inevitably. Musashi Echo. From one thing, know 10,000 things. Master basic movements, and they will carry into every part of life. 3. Voluntary discomfort. Choose the hard before it chooses you. Comfort dependency breeds panic when comfort disappears. Voluntary discomfort inoculates you. It proves you can thrive when things are less than ideal. Practice the discomfort menu. Step into cold or heat, skip a meal, sleep on a harder surface, spend a day without digital noise. These are not punishments, but resilience drills. Progression. Extend the time, reduce the cushion, or choose a harder option. Stoic tie-in. Seneca advised, set aside a certain number of days and say to yourself, is this what I feared? 4. Mental weight. Study what stretches you. Passive consumption dulls the mind. Deliberate study sharpens it. Reading something difficult is like resistance training for the intellect. Practice the 30/3 rule. Read 30 minutes of something demanding, history, philosophy, science. Then write 3 lines. What did I learn? How does it apply? How will I test it today? Progression. After 4 weeks, expand into longer reflections. Write a page or teach someone else. Teaching exposes the cracks in your understanding. Epictetus. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Writing bridges theory and action. 5. Focus under load. Deep work blocks. The world shouts. Strength of purpose requires silence. Focus is the forge where clarity is hammered out. Practice deep work. Clear distractions. Choose one meaningful task. Commit to 45 minutes, then grow toward 90. End with a pause or a walk to consolidate. Progression, add more time or more blocks. At week's end, ask, what truly mattered? What was just noise? Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Deep work proves that daily. 6. Emotional courage, the hard conversation protocol. Avoidance protects you for a moment, but corrodes relationships over time. Honesty clears the air, even if it stings. Practice the 24-hour rule. When tension arises, speak within a day, unless safety requires waiting. Keep it simple. When this happened, here's where I fell short. This is how it affected us. Here's how we can do better. Progression. Start with small frictions. Graduate to truths you've avoided. Keep a record. You'll find most fears dissolve once voiced. Epictetus. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Awkward courage now saves heavier pain later. 7. Premeditatio malorum. Train for the worst, live for the best. Anxiety is imagination without discipline. Rehearsing setbacks transforms fear into readiness. Practice morning drill. List 3 possible challenges today. For each, note 1 plan and 1 virtue to practice. End by recalling Marcus. What stands in the way becomes the way. Progression. Move from daily annoyances to life storms, illness, job loss, change. Build contingency plans, savings, skills, networks. Seneca. The man who has anticipated troubles takes away their power when they arrive. 8. Responsibility load. Carry more than yourself. Life shrinks when it centers only on you. Responsibility, though heavy, is where meaning lives. Practice in service block, pick a role, family, friends, community. Offer something useful, repair, mentor, plan, support. Do it quietly without applause. Progression. Shift from occasional gestures to standing commitments. Log your hours or note your impact. Purpose grows with weight carried. Marcus Aurelius. What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee. 9. Reflection and accountability. Repair the walls nightly. Practice without review leaks growth. Reflection seals the cracks before collapse. Practice. Evening tally. Ask yourself, what weight did I carry today? Where did I avoid weight? One adjustment for tomorrow. Weekly review. Score your effort, choose one focus, and schedule hard things first. They're appointments with your better self. Seneca. When the light has been taken away, I examine my entire day. Real-life integration. Strength isn't something you switch on in the gym and forget about afterward. The real test of these practices shows up in daily life. Every area, your work, your relationships, your health, even your sense of meaning, becomes the proving ground. Work and craft. Treat your craft like a dojo. Each project, each task is training. Deep work becomes your sparring session, sharpening focus under pressure. Study is your kata, the patient repetition of fundamentals that build mastery over years, not days. The hard conversations you face at work? They are diplomacy after the duel, the test of composure when emotions are high. Stack these disciplines and the effect compounds. You carry a literal load in the morning, mental load midday, and social responsibility by evening. Slowly, your craft doesn't just produce results, it forges your character. Relationships. Strength is not the same as stoic silence. Real strength shows up as steadiness, listening without defensiveness, holding boundaries without rage, doing the unglamorous tasks without complaint. You carry love the same way you carry weight, with presence, not performance. Many chase novelty and excitement, but often the heaviest and most refining weight is at home. If you can consistently show up there, you will be ready for anything outside. Health and recovery. Carrying weight doesn't mean recklessness. Strength without recovery is self-sabotage. Sleep well, drink water, eat whole foods that actually fuel you. Train in cycles, push hard, then allow time to adapt. Musashi himself warned, "Do nothing that is of no use." That warning applies not just to wasted movements in combat, but to wasted habits in life. Junk food, junk scrolling, junk noise, these are weights filled with air. They look heavy but offer nothing. Drop them. Carry only what builds you. Spiritual center. At the core, everything points back to mortality. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. The point is not to darken your days, but to brighten them. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. When you accept that time is limited, trivial burdens fall away. You choose heavier, more meaningful weights. Service, honesty, growth. Death is the ultimate teacher. It strips away illusion and reveals what truly matters. Common pitfalls, and even with the best practices, there are traps that catch almost everyone. Recognizing them early saves years of wasted effort. All pain, no purpose. Hardship without aim is just noise. Some people chase suffering as if pain itself proves strength. It doesn't. Every burden you choose should serve a reason: health, skill, service, or character. Write down a one-line purpose for each practice. That clarity turns pain into progress. Ego lifting. Numbers done for applause break more than bodies. They fracture focus and humility. Quiet progress, slow and steady, is stronger progress. Train for function, not for show. Remember, no one remembers your personal record but you. What lasts is what it allowed you to carry outside the gym. Unsustainable stacking. Another trap is trying to do everything at once. Enthusiasm burns bright and then dies quickly under too much load. Instead, choose 3 anchor practices for the next 30 days. Carry protocol, deep work, and evening reflection, for example. Let them take root. Then layer on more. Strength is not built in a sprint. It's stacked like bricks. Isolation. The lone wolf is romantic in movies but inefficient in life. Training partners, accountability groups, or even a trusted friend can make the heaviest weights bearable. Courage grows in company, and discipline is easier when witnessed. Don't carry everything alone. Strength shared multiplies. Confusing hard with complicated. Finally, beware of complexity. True hard things are almost always simple. Pick it up and carry it. Sit down and do the work. Make the call, have the conversation, show up. Complication is often procrastination in disguise, a way of avoiding the uncomfortable clarity of action. Choose the simple, hard thing. It will take you farther than any clever system. Conclusion. A life without weight is not freedom, it is fragility. Muscles atrophy without resistance, so do virtues. Comfort is pleasant, but if it becomes your master, it will own your moods, your energy, your attention, your destiny. The Stoics did not ask you to chase pain. They asked you to choose challenges that cultivate character. They taught you to treat obstacles as training partners, not enemies. Marcus gives the mantra, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Seneca gives the method, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Epictetus gives the responsibility, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And Musashi gives the filter, "Do nothing that is of no use." So carry the weight. Carry it in your body with honest labor and training. Carry it in your mind with hard study and deep work. Carry it in your heart with hard conversations and steadfast love. Carry it in your world with responsibility that serves something beyond you. Do this, and you will not become a colder man. You will become a truer one. The kind of man whose presence steadies a room, whose word can be leaned on, whose habits quietly shape a family, a team, a community. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Ask yourself right now, what will I carry this week? Write it down. Put it on the calendar. Start with one stone, then another. Before long, you will look up and find, almost by surprise, that the weight on your shoulders has turned into strength in your bones. And that is the paradox worth living. Choose your burden and you become free.